Hey everybody, welcome to the Makeup Chair. So today I'm talking about becoming a makeup artist part 2, and this is a kit. So what you need in a kit, how to build a kit, and like the basics. So this is just the basics for creating a basic kit. So this is my one in here. I have a huge drawer back there full of stuff as well, but this is the main kind of stuff that I keep just for other people, and like the other stuff would be used on like, you know, family and stuff like that, and then myself as well. So this is my one if I was doing somebody else's makeup. Looks like this. It's got two sections in it. So I have, in one section I have all my skin stuff, so like foundation, primer, concealer, all that kind of stuff, and then the other side I have extras like blush, eye products, stuff like that. So just like a mixture. I just like to keep everything kind of separate so that I know where different things are, and for me foundation is probably the most important thing, so I tend to have more emphasis on that, so that's why I keep that kind of stuff separate. So what is actually in here? So let's start off with foundation, so and like all that kind of stuff that's actually going to go on the face. So the very first thing, excluding all the extras like cleansing and facial wipes and moisturizer, is a primer. So to have a decent primer, I suggest getting a gel primer like this one. This is a gel kind of primer. It's exactly the same as the E.L.F. mineral infused primer. It's the same kind of gel based product. The great thing about gels is it usually suits everybody's skin type, and you don't have to worry about creams not suiting somebody and stuff like that. I find that gels kind of work on everybody, smooths out the texture of the skin, helps the foundation to last even under heavy lights. So it is, you know, a must to get some kind of primer, if not just for your own self, so that it helps you put on the foundation and stuff like that. And people always rave when I put the primer on and how soft their skin feels. So you know, it's just kind of an extra thing that I would say is becoming a must. A lot of makeup artists will say it is a crime not to prime, which, yeah, there you go. But I have to say that I'm kind of addicted to using a primer at the moment. I don't think I would do anybody's makeup without applying it first of all. Another quick thing that I just want to talk about is this, which is Color Corrective Fluid. This is in green. This is by number 17. I use this if somebody has very high pigmentation on the skin. It looks like that. It's this very light green color, so high pigment on the cheeks. If it's very red, they have very red acne or whatever like that, just a little base, but it's kind of what you would use with your primer as well, so it's before the foundation and all that kind of stuff. That's a whole different story, but I just thought I'd just mention that real quickly. So the next thing is foundations. It's probably the most thing that you want to invest in, getting a few different types of foundation. Getting foundations that you like to work with, that work with a lot of different people's skin type, and then getting it in a lot of different tones. I have a few different types here. Most of my makeup is actually by Fuchsia Cosmetics because that's just where my kit is from. So just be aware that it's Fuchsia Cosmetics, and I think they have a website, so I'll put that link up if they actually do. As well as Makeup International. I also have some stuff from them as well, but I'll talk about that in another video. But here are my foundations. I have lots of different types. These are four of the Fuchsia ones. These are for all skin types, so oil free, and they're for and they're hypoallergenic, so they're for everybody, sensitive skin even. I have it in natural beige, vanilla cream, linen, which is very, very super pale. It's exactly my skin type, skin tone, and cream beige. So they're all kind of in the lower category of colors, all kind of the lower creamier colors. Then I have these ones which are slightly more on the warmer side. These are Art Deco. I have 10, 25 and 30. They look like that. These are great because they are, once again, long lasting, oil free. They have an SPF of 20 as well. Then I also have this, which is Makeup International. It's upside down. Oh no, it's the right way. This is the Makeup International Face to Face palette. This is the foundation palette they have. Looks like this. It's got all different shades in here. The great thing about it is that you can scrape off a tiny amount of this. It's very, very kind of thick. Consistency lasts a really, really long time as well. And you can scrape a little bit off, put it in a palette and mix it up with different types of foundations to try and get the right color. So obviously you have regular shades, which are like beige colors. Then you have the more, the darker shades, very, very dark. Then in the middle here you have different tones. You have a very light kind of whitish, you have a warm kind of color, you have a yellow kind of base color, and then you have a very, very dark kind of chocolate base color. So that's kind of great to have because it's quite flat, it's quite compact, and then you can mix it up with the other things provided you actually have a palette. I have my palette in here. Not the best palette in the world. Who is this by? This is by Professional or something like that, so it's quite small. Pretty much useless, but I have heard of another one. It's called Mineral Mate, and I'll put a link in the box below for you guys to check that out because it's kind of a handy little palette. And I think I might be doing a review for them, but I'm not sure. But I've actually just come across them and I just thought the palette was so much better than that one that I have, is because it's far too small. Might be talking a little bit too fast, I do apologise. Mixing up these ones, mixing up the other ones, just make sure that you personally can work well with the products. It doesn't really matter, you know, whether they're MAC or they're, you know, cheaper products, just as long as you can personally work with them, that's what matters. You've got to be aware of the products that you have. Don't just have something in your kit because, you know, somebody said, oh, you better have like a really dark foundation. If it's a dark foundation and you barely ever use it, and then, or even a very, very light foundation, you barely ever use it, and then you're like, you don't know how to use it, so when it comes to actually using it, it's like, you don't know whether it turns to powder when it finishes, because a lot of these things will say that they don't, but then they actually do. How it looks on the skin, how it blends, the consistency and all that kind of stuff. So get used to using your products, even if you don't necessarily use them all the time. At least once in a while test them out, even if it's on yourself and it's completely the wrong colour, just test it out just to make sure that it works and how it works and stuff like that, and the best technique to use with that particular product. Then I also have a little, this is just a quad, and this is in light. Just a simple quad. It's got the pink toned one, a regular tone one, a yellow tone one, and actually that kind of pink toned one is actually a very, very light colour, but it kind of shows up more pink on the camera. And then the green, which once again is for high pigment and stuff like that. But yeah, this is kind of broken. I need to fix it. But yeah, I'm trying to get a few different kind of concealers. I actually have another one in here, which I find is really good. This particular concealer here, the Healthy Mix by Bourjois. It's really good. I have this in number 53. It's really, really nice consistency, quite thick, covers really, really well, and yeah, I would definitely suggest to have a couple of tubes of them in the bag, because tubes are like really, really handy to have, and they don't have that kind of press or anything like that, and it's just easy to kind of squeeze it out and mix it up and stuff like that. So maybe a few different shades of those, because they actually cover really, really well. And these are just a variation of products here. I like using E.L.F as well. I'm hoping to get some more E.L.F stuff for my thing, but I know a lot of people just instantly go, oh, when you become a makeup artist you have to use MAC, but you know, you don't actually have to use MAC. Another thing you can try, which I actually find is really good for older skin, instead of using foundation on them, I like using mineral foundations. So I actually have E.L.F Mineral Blemish Powder, which is a really nice light kind of shade that I absolutely adore, and I will talk about in another video because it's really hard to talk about that one. And then I have the E.L.F Mineral Booster in Sheer, and I also have a few of their foundations that should be in here but they're not, but mineral foundations are really good to have, especially on older skin, because it just means that you can kind of even out the skin tone without having that whole trying to get the brush in, trying to get the powder and all that kind of stuff, especially if you're working on an older person. It was my grandmother's 80th and I did her makeup for hers, and I just use these kind of products. Okay, so carrying on, a few other things that I would say is to have, first of all, translucent powder or pressed powder. I would say to have translucent powder though, because they're so much easier, I think, to work with. I have it in two shades. I have it in a regular, which is just translucent silk powder. Then I also have it in a light reflecting loose powder. So this has light reflective properties in it, which means that in sunlight or in camera flash, it makes the skin look really kind of like illuminated. Only use it on older skin and be very sparing with it, because if you put it all over you'll get that kind of ghost appearance when you take a photograph. And also test this out, because you know, a lot of time I could say, oh, it's light reflective, so in photographs it's not going to work, and test it out, see what it looks like in photographs, see it with flash, see it with daylight and all that kind of stuff. Same for everything that you have, if it's possible, just to try it out. And then so my translucent powder here is just a normal simple translucent powder. It's kind of on the clearer side. Whoa, it exploded in there. I don't think I ever opened this, but yeah, so just a clearer one is just handy to have because it matches everybody. And then you have some blushes. I have a few different shades of blushes, and that's just handy to have a few different shades, warmer shades, cooler shades, and this is all going to be in the box below in case I forget anything. But yeah, definitely have some more on the warmer side. Like this would be more on the warmer side. See that? It's kind of more on the warm side. It's called It's Cake Blush. And this is, oh, this is Cake, oh, that's 2. That's number 2, and this is number 7. And this is more on the cooler side. So, you know, just so you can see, I have a few different shades. And then a much darker kind of shade, which I actually use for more contouring underneath the cheekbone and stuff like that. And then you have bronzer. And once again, you want to have a bronzer in a cool shade and a dark shade. It's hard to find. Most bronzers are actually more on the warmer side and they have that orange kind of base to it. This one in particular actually doesn't, which is the good, and this is by Fuchsia. This is the Brazilian Bronze and Mineral Finish Powder. Looks like that, and it's more on the brown side, as you can see. So that kind of orangey base that you can kind of get. Another thing to have for the face would be a brow kit. And also have a pair of tweezers wrapped in there somewhere, just in case the odd hair is stuck out and you just want to fix it up. You know, you don't go overboard, obviously don't go start plucking somebody's eyebrows, but just if there's the odd hair that's kind of stuck out and you just want to give it a quick fix up. On to lipstick. I think I'll do lipstick next. This is just a very basic lipstick. I have lots of different colours and different shades and stuff like that, but I'm just going to show you these first of all. The 3 basic ones to have in lip colours would be something that you can use on a warm, some kind of red. Is this red? Is this the right one? No, this is Impatient Pink. This pink tone has a little bit of blue to it, so it means that you can use it on slightly cooler skin tones. Then if you wanted to go for a warmer skin tone, you have something that's more orangey based, and it's a red, like a red, and they go beautifully on more warmer skin tones. Then you have a nude colour. I would suggest always to have a nude colour because it plumps up the lips, makes the lips look a little bit bigger as well, and majority of people tend to go for a slightly toned down look when it comes to their lips. And then also have a lip liner. I have it in Retro Red. I should have a pink one as well, but I don't. And Flesh. So they're just kind of basics, stick to the basics, and then have a clear lip gloss. The best clear lip gloss to have would be something in a tube because you're going to be squeezing out and using a brush the whole time anyway. So if it's in a little dispenser, you're just spreading germs, so it's better off to have a tube. Next, mascara. A few different shades of mascara is good to have. Something with a, like a navy one as well, just to brighten up the eyes. I don't think this one is. I think this is just a regular black. So have a black, have a bluey black, which brightens up the colour of the eyes. Have a brown, have a nearly brown, but as a basic, just have a brown and a black at least. So this is my brown one. It's quite a very dark brown. And then have a black. Because we're always changing mascaras, you're better off trying to get a mascara that's all in one, so it volumizes as well as lengthens. Then you don't have to worry about it every 3 months. You have to change them, so you know, you don't want to be spending a lot of money on something when you want to make sure that it covers a lot of bases, is what I'm trying to say. And then lip line, eyeliners, stuff like that. I have little gel ones, so I have it in black. I have it in another one in black. This is a little pot liner, and you can actually use this in the inner part of the eye as well. And then nearly white. So for those kind of pin-up girl looks. Then you have your eyeshadow. So whatever type of eyeshadow palette that you want to have. This is my professional one right here. However, I have a few different types of palettes that I actually like bringing around with me. This is a good mixture of matte and shimmering and satin shades in here. And this is another one by Fuchsia Cosmetics, I think, yeah. And these are all magnetic little, I'll just take out one to show you guys. And they're all little magnetic little cases, and they just pop back into place again. This isn't the best case in the world. I'm going to try and get another one. And if I do, I will talk about it, so don't you worry about that. But that is basically all you need in a makeup kit. This is my personal one, but I'm going to be putting in the box below, I'm going to put a list of all products that you should have and a few little hints and tips, and that is the hairdryer. My sister is just drying her hair. But yeah, if you guys need any more help or you're kind of confused and I talked really fast, I do apologize, but I just wanted to get it under 15 minutes, which I actually did pretty good because I think it is under 15 minutes. But yeah, if you have any more questions, just let me know. But yeah, this is just my kit. This is just my personal opinion when it comes to kits. This is just very basic. There's nothing too extraordinary or anything like that. But in the box below, there's going to be a huge list of products to test. So I really hope you enjoyed this. I'm Shay Kitty. Thanks for watching.